So I'm pretty happy with my program, but when I run my program, it works great if I type in the maximum number of words. But if I start putting in done anywhere, the word done, to make it end early, I get this weird null pointer exception, and it tells me the line number, 53. So I look at 53, and I think, well, null pointer exception. I'm not super familiar with null pointer exceptions, say, and so I'm not even sure what the exception would be on this line. It doesn't tell me anywhere in the line it is, and so I'm really lost here. Something is null. God, what do I do? I think it's time to debug in NetBeans. Let's go over there. Create a new project. Java project. I'll call it string lengths. Debugging. And I'm going to stick it somewhere near my labs, maybe right in my chapter 10 labs. This is the reason I put a debugging on the name of on the end of the name, so it's obvious that they're different from each other. And then I'll click finish. It will create a new project for me, and then I'm going to, while it's thinking about its new project here, I'm going to go back to JEdit and copy the whole thing in there, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to need this package declaration because of the way that NetBeans sets up its files, and I'm going to need to change the name of my class, but other than that, I can just take this whole thing and replace it with my file and put the debugging on the end. I know I have a problem at line 53, or whatever the equivalent line is in here, so I'm going to go find that same line. Line 53 was the one where I am inside the for loop calculating the longest and the shortest ones. Okay, here we are. So here it's line 60 because I have some extra lines. So I'm going to click to set a breakpoint, and then I'm going to go up and click the debug button to get the debugger going. It will build and tell me if I have build errors also. So I'm going to just start right off with what if I type done right away, because that should help me know. And I'm about to have a null pointer exception here. If I step once, we'll get to that exception. Step over. Actually, this is okay. Ah, there's my error. Okay, so I get an exception the second time through. So what happened? Let me take a look at words. Oh, I can't even anymore because I'm so broken. So let me debug this one more time and stop just before it crashes. One more round. And this time I'm going to take a closer look at my variables. Type done. Not my breakpoint. This one's going to be okay if I step, but the next time I go around the for loop, it's not going to be okay. We'll just have a quick look at words. Words has in it the word done. And so, first thing, I don't even know if I want done in here, so that's something to think about as I rewrite this program. And then, second of all, let's see what happens as I step. So I step, done gets set to both the max and the min, it looks like. Min index is set to 0 and max index is set to 0. And now I'm going around the loop again because I have more words available in max. But look, they're null because I didn't enter them. I just typed done right away. So of course when it goes to word sub 1 dot length, it's not going to be able to call length on something that is a null variable. So that's my problem. So even though this looks like a perfectly legal for loop, and it sort of is, the problem is that this array may not be totally filled up. It may be only partially full like it is here. I've only put one entry in it. Therefore, I need to edit my array. And I'm going to go back to JEdit and do some editing in there because we're used to editing in JEdit. So I can't go up to words.length here. I have to go up to what? how many I entered. Num words entered. Therefore, I'm only going to be looping through the number of words that I actually entered. So this should solve my problem with my null pointer exception. Let me compile it and run it from the terminal to see. Done. Okay, so the shortest word was done, so that seems a little weird. How about one and done? See, so the good news, it's not crashing. The bad news, it's taking done as an actual word, which is not what I want. So I have one more bug to fix and then I'll be done.